Every Fallout game has it. A brand new world for players to explore, new locations to see, new enemies to fight, and new monsters to kill. But the Appalachian Wasteland, where Fallout 76 is set, is going to be an entirely different beast. While you'll still likely have raiders, monsters, rogue robots, and more to fight, you'll also have to fight any player that decides to attack you. So with that in mind, here's survival tips you'll need to survive in Appalachia when Fallout 76 releases. Watch out for nukes. A big and much publicized part of Fallout 76's gameplay is the ability to go into disused nuclear missile silos and use them to nuke any part of the map that you want. While this can't be done without the proper launch codes, which you can either find yourself or gather a group of friends together to make one code, it will still likely put a huge dent in a lot of your efforts, especially if you're putting a lot of effort into making an enormous base. Go in teams. The main draw of Fallout 76, alongside it being a new Fallout game in general with a new region, is the fact that you can play it with your friends, and there's strength in numbers. More players walking around as a group will allow you to take down tough enemies faster and easier than you would before. Not to mention the possibility of helping a group of other characters with parts of a nuclear launch code to be able to launch a nuke. Having friends and teammates that you can also trade resources with will also be a big plus to everyone. Moving camp. Another big part of Fallout 76 is going to be creating your own personalized base in order to bring civilization back to the wasteland. You'll be able to not only build your camp yourself, but also move it wherever you need so that you can protect your stuff from being demolished by a monster or a mischievous player. However, you do need to keep in mind that the higher you get in levels and the farther that you're moving your camp, the more expensive it will be. You can move your camp by using your Pip-Boy rather than the camp device interface. Be mindful of clothing. While there might be a whole bunch of weird clothing in other Fallout games that give you bonuses that could come in handy no matter how ridiculous you look, such as a sequin dress that you can upgrade with ballistic weave to give 110 damage and energy resistance, however, there's nothing like that in Fallout 76. You'll be better off sticking to regular old military-style armor or finding one of the power armor suits that are hidden in various areas throughout Appalachia. You'll also need to keep all of this armor and whatnot in good repair. Otherwise, you'll be punching mega sloths to death in your underwear, and that won't end well for anyone. So while you might be inclined to mess around while wearing your Sunday best, you might want to rethink that. Disease, mutations, hunger. The setup for Fallout 76 is that it's only been 25 years since the nuclear holocaust that destroyed the world and ended civilization. That means that there will still be a huge amount of radiated food and water around you that you'll likely be drinking and eating in order to keep your health up. And with all of that radiation, the possibility of mutations and all sorts of other unforeseen bodily changes will be skyrocketing. While you can be prevented from getting any mutations with the starched genes perk, there are a large number of different mutations that you can get from a number of things, even drinking Radaway to rid yourself of radiation. Some of these mutations can be good, but there are others that can be bad. And as for diseases, those are a lot easier to keep away. Just make sure to eat and drink plenty and get a good night's sleep when you can. Your player versus player rights. One of Fallout 76's biggest worries when it was first announced was the possibility of PvP griefing, where players could just run around killing people and not face any repercussion. However, this is how Bethesda is going to be discouraging people from taking that road. Player versus player is entirely up to you whether you want to participate or not. If you don't fight back against a player attacking you, you'll take reduced damage. And if they kill you, they'll receive a huge debuff. Dying will also cause you to drop all of your inventory, with a quest being given to you to take it back. You'll also get a bounty for the murderer, and will get a big reward if you take them back down. Enabling pacifist mode will also keep you from shooting anyone accidentally, though you can still be shot at. Not an optimal solution, but still gives you a chance to run away. Crafting. Your camp won't be the only thing that you'll be making in Fallout 76. Workbenches and blueprints will be all over the place, and with those you can build a number of weapons, pieces of armor and structures, along with food, ammo, and chems. But in order to get all of the junk that you need, in order to properly craft things, you'll have to get a lot of junk, and all of that junk can add up. However, that's the purpose of your Vault-Tec stash, a place where you can send all of your junk with the push of a few buttons at the cost of a few caps. You can also make blueprints in order to help save the setup of your camp in case you want to disassemble it and move it to a different place. Fast travel. Fast travel works roughly the same way that it does in every other Fallout game. You can fast travel to places that you've personally visited before, but unlike in other Fallout games, fast traveling to a place takes caps, so it's up to you to figure out whether or not it would be worth it to walk to the place by yourself instead of just fast traveling over there after your first trip. The amount of caps is also going to go up the further you are from your destination, so you might still have to do a bit of walking to get to the place if you want to save caps to get closer. The only places that don't cost caps to get to are Vault 76, your camp, and the location of any of your party members. So if you have a party member in the area of your destination, it might also be worth saving money to fast travel to them and then walk rest of the way. No pausing. Fallout 76 is an online-only game where anything can happen at any time. This means that unlike other Fallout games where you can just pause the action if you have to go do something, you don't have that luxury in Fallout 76. So you should probably make sure you don't have anything pressing to do before you start playing. This also means, however, that you have to prepare a lot before you can get into combat. Since this time, you can't just pause the game in order to either pick up a new weapon or start inhaling food in order to grab all of your health back in a fight. Therefore, quick slots on the D-pad will become your new best friend, especially when it comes to stim packs. There's no telling what sort of adventures you can expect in Fallout 76 over the course of the game's life. But in the meantime, hopefully Bethesda has worked out most of the bugs that would cripple the entire game. Fallout 76 will be coming out on PC, Xbox One, and PlayStation 4 on November 14th.